Okay, sorry about the technical difficulties there. We'll try this again. Take two. Yeah. All right. I was hoping I could switch cameras from front to back, just because it makes it a little easier to. It makes it easier when I'm doing something to be able to point the camera and not have the screen and crap in the way. But anyhow. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming in. I got a fresh coffee going. My furnace is going. Furnace is going. It's I got a good bit of copper in there. I got it cranked up on max. It's not quite hit the max temperature yet. It's still warming up. It's been almost an hour. And you can't really see in there, but I can still see it's not molten yet. Yeah, I know, right? Coffee time. But that's kind of why I was delaying the stream, because I wanted to get that copper ready, because I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I like the little electric furnace for doing small stuff. It's really good. I know, Mike, yeah. It's still early here, but I got a couple things I got to do later. So yeah, I wasn't sure how long that copper is going to take to melt. Hopefully it does melt. I've not tried melting straight copper in there. Yeah, dad duty. But I did some aluminum bronze in there, and I tried pouring this, and I couldn't quite. Like these crucibles, like the heating coils in the furnace only come up to about here or so. And once you start getting material up in here, the copper, it tends to freeze up on the top, and it's hard to get. You can't quite get a full thing of liquid copper. So I'm hoping that, hey, Tobo Mott, welcome in, buddy. I'm hoping that I can get I need about a half a crucible to be able to pour this slingshot. So I'm hoping it can do that. I know it can do aluminum bronze. I know it can do enough aluminum bronze. I just don't know if it can do enough copper. So if it's struggling, I might drop in a couple pieces of aluminum just to make aluminum bronze in it. I think it'll make it go a little smoother. Yeah, we're about to find out. But yeah, it's too bad I can't switch the camera on the fly here. This kind of sucks. So I dumped out some of my copper for the thumbnail. Let's see if I can get you set up here. Yeah, see, now I'm starting to pick up my the front of the computer here. Can't really get a good overhead shot. So I got the smaller foamy one is what I'm going to try. And I could pour 2 of these at once with the electric furnace. So in theory, a half a crucible will be enough. But I want a bit extra because you're going to lose a bit. A little bit's going to freeze up. And if you don't have a bit extra, there's a decent chance I'm going to get some shrinkage in the casting. So it's an experiment. I just weighed this thing. Can you see that? I just kind of weighed it. This is like pure aluminum because it was the wire. And it's 192 grams. We had an induction melter at blacksmith school, and it couldn't melt half a coop. Fire, yeah. But I got a brand new crucible in there. First time using it. Basically, I weighed that aluminum one is 192 grams, and then figure copper is about 3.5 times. Hey, Bigfoot, welcome in. Copper is about 3.5 times the weight of aluminum by volume. So I ended up with 672 that I need, where it should be the final weight. But then there's a little extra, so I actually end up putting in 781 grams at 1208. It's 109 now, so just an hour ago. Finishing up this corn. Right on, Ellie Mac. Thanks for coming in. Hello, Raphael, sir. You do whatever you want there, Mike. You don't have to show us or tell us. But yeah, it's getting close to temperature over there. Hopefully it'll melt. I put it all in at once. It was like wire like this length kind of, and it was basically a full crucible, so as much as I could poke in there. So see what happens. Ooh, 10.99 is starting to drop actually for some reason. Have a peek in there. I can grab some glasses. Oh, that's liquid. That's liquid. Yeah, I could do that. You got to carve one for me too then. Send me 2 foamies. I'll cast them both and send you back one. I'm wondering if I should put a little extra in there now. That's pretty liquid. I kind of went the bare minimum. Can't decide. Nah, screw it. It's ready to pour. I gotta set up my mold here. Shouldn't take long. So the foam is coated in plaster. I'm just going to bury it in the dry sand. Most of you guys already know this, but one thing I like to do is score where I want the top of the sand to be. So when I fill it up, I already got it scored, and then I can just snap it off. And it's because sometimes you put this in and you forget how long the sprue is, and you dump the sand in, and next thing you know, you don't know if the sand's down here or if it's up here. So I started putting a little score mark in there. I think for the copper, I'm going to go a bit close because it freezes up pretty quick. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of doing like some collaboration stuff where if guys want to do a video carving their foam and then send it to me, and I can cast it, send it back. But you'd have to carve one for me too to keep. That's the one we're going to do right now. So I scored it mostly through. We'll just bury it up to here and then break it off. Well, heads up, it's going to be loud here. So you give it a little shake. Last casting I made was a badge off a lawnmower. Said brute, polished it up, put it on a chain, gave it to my brother. Nice. I think I gave away most of the stuff I make too, but yeah, it's too bad I can't switch the camera up here, but basically dry sand, shake it down. It's just in a plywood box. I just made this plywood box because so I don't need as much sand. And then I scored it, so I should be able to just snap that off. And I got this little can to put around there. A little more dry sand. Around the can to keep the metal from flowing. Keep the metal contained in the can, so it has to go down into the foam and not out around there. And that's it. She's ready to go. Yeah, here's one I cast here. So this is aluminum, but pour it in. And then yeah, it just melts the foam and flows down through. And this is one I didn't have a plaster coating on this. So you can see how rough that is. This was like when I started making these vices, I was kind of like in a rush. I just wanted to try it because I didn't want to invest a bunch of time into making these and without trying it first. So I didn't coat it. I just poured it as it is, just bare foam, and it's pretty rough. But I just wanted to know that I could pour it with the electric furnace. So but it's ready to go. I'll get you set up inside here. You're gonna have to be pretty quick. Yeah, it's hard to get a good angle. Ah. Kind of sucks that you can't really see. It'd be nice if you could see straight down. That's why I was hoping I could switch my camera around. It'd be a little easier. But we'll pour it anyway. Maybe I can tip this a bit. Stick some wood under here and prop it up a little bit. Oh, there you go. You can see the foam there now. I don't want to go too much because I want it to flow down into the hole. I don't have, shit. I don't have a lot of extra, so I should have put the can on the edge of the foam and then I could have propped it up so it would flow in. But anyway, we'll try it. Okay, I got my gear on. I'm going to do it right now. Is he taking it? I don't think that worked. I don't think that worked. It doesn't look like it sunk in at all, which is a bummer. Looks like most of it's still up in the can. I don't think it worked. With the aluminum, it just, you can see it just sink in. What do you guys think? I know you didn't really have a very good view of it, but too cold. Yeah, that's a bummer. Well, I don't know. I don't think it worked. I'm pretty sure it didn't. Try again, yeah. I just didn't have a lot. I didn't have a lot of extra material because I kind of weighed out what I thought and how much I thought I needed. So I kind of expected, if I did my math right, there shouldn't be very much at all left in the can. So, but we'll give it a couple of minutes and see what happens. We'll give it a few minutes, see what happens. I don't want to try again. I might have a look at it. If it didn't work, we might be able to figure out why. It could be my sprue might be too small for copper. Maybe a bigger sprue wouldn't have froze up. I don't know. Yeah, I mean that was a 700. I melted 781 grams of copper, so it's a decent little chunk of copper. Here's my wire stripper right there. Just throw my wire on there, warm up the insulation, and just a kitchen knife. It slicks off like super easy. But that should freeze up pretty quick. It's probably safe to unmold it now, but we'll give it a couple minutes anyway. 781 grams, yeah. It's what is that, a pound and a half maybe? How many grams in an ounce? Yeah, a pound and a half ish. Yeah, man. It'd be cool if it worked. It just seems like there's too much material left in that can. Because I was with the aluminum pours, I'm kind of, there's very little left by the time it sinks through, right? So here's an aluminum pour that didn't work for whatever reason. I guess the aluminum may not have been hot enough, and it all stayed in the can. So I'm expecting to pull out a chunk of copper similar to this. But yeah, the potheads know how much. Yeah, maybe I just need more metal in there. I kind of went for the bare minimum, but it melted. It seemed like it was pretty fluid. So yeah, your comments are coming through. Am I missing you? Seen that one. Ooh. Yeah, let's have a look. I think it's long enough. The aluminum doesn't. It's actually the first time I tried pouring straight copper like that. So Tobo Mott is voting it worked. He's the expert. He's one that got Tobo Mott. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, he's a great caster. He's one of the guys that kind of inspired me to get into casting. He used to do a lot of lost foam back in the day, but he switched over to he's been doing more of the more traditional sand, ramming up the sand kind of molds nowadays. But the guy did like lost Cheetos one time using cheesies, made a little figure and cast it. That was pretty cool. I do a lot of foam now. Yeah, I really like the foam casting. I mean, the results when it works it's hard to beat. What up, golf? Yeah, let's have a look. I gotta grab some gloves. If it works, I got lots there for sure. I grab a bucket. I use this little screen or garbage can I pour my sand into, and it gets a lot of the drywall plaster and crap out of there. Yeah, it doesn't look much like a slingshot. Just a big chunk of copper. That sucks. You get it cooled off. It's probably stuck in that can too now. Metal art, yeah. It's kind of crazy. It's like it got right to where I glued the sprue on, and then it froze there, and a little bit got through. It's like the hey, scrap it all. It's almost like the glue. It's almost like the glue slowed it down. Where I glued the sprue on, I just used hot foam, or hot glue. It's like I cut it this, sand it up, and then where I glued my sprue on here. I guess it'd be like, or you see that? It's like it froze right at the glue line. It might be. I mean, I've never done lost foam casting with copper before, so it works for brass. I've not had too much issues with brass getting through there. It's the first time trying copper. Like I cast this with aluminum bronze. I cast this with aluminum bronze. I have my sprue on up here. And I mean, the metal made it all the way down to the bottom. It eventually ran out. It didn't have enough. So that's what happened here. I didn't have enough material. But like the bottom half, it made it all the way down, no problem. So I kind of figured the copper would be fine, you know. Barely, yeah, I guess maybe not enough temperature. I mean, copper, I guess copper freezes up pretty quick. I'm not sure. Not sure what to do now. I I don't. Yeah, I think I mean, I bet you I could go right now, fill that up, put a little bit of aluminum in there, melt it, and cast one in aluminum bronze. I bet that would work. like this one here, I bet it would work with aluminum bronze. Copper's a lot hotter, yeah, but I think the metal just freezes a lot quicker, and yeah, I don't have a lot of a lot of temperature. By the time it gets molten, I don't have a lot of extra heat in it before it freezes. Whereas aluminum, pouring with the aluminum, I can crank the temperature up a couple hundred extra degrees, and aluminum doesn't freeze up super quick. Like I've done it with zinc, and zinc will stay liquid for 10 minutes in the thing here. Like it's crazy how long zinc will stay liquid in the can. But yeah, I don't know. I was hoping it was going to work. You can't preheat it because it's foam. So like when I started casting, I used to cast a piece and then I'd dump it out, and then because I dump it out and then take that sand and put another mold in, get ready to cast, and then the heat of the sand would just melt the foam and screw it up. So you just don't. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't really want to use that crucible for anything other than copper now. But like I got this one that I've been using for aluminum. It's still got a bit of aluminum crap in there. So I can make some aluminum bronze in this. Hey, Julie, welcome in. And B. Just B. No, it's pretty clean copper, just stripped wire. Just that's what I used. Just some wire I stripped. But it's a pretty nice chunk of copper. It's just stuck in the thing now. I imagine it's fused in there. I don't know if I can get it out. Try peeling it off. Hey, Shalisa. How you doing? Welcome in. We just had a failed attempt at casting a copper slingshot. I'm wondering if this is, I got a feeling this is fused on there. Four to 12-inch can opener, or 4.5. Why don't copper and aluminum get along? Because copper always thinks aluminum's acting a bit sheedy. Yeah, I think this is stuck. The top looks pretty cool. It's got that copper texture. Like this bar. This one, Street Copper sent me this bar a couple years ago. Yeah, it's too bad. Oh, I might be able to get it. Oh, I got it. I think. Oh, one little piece. I don't think I'm going to do round 2 today. I think I'm going to revisit this. I might make because I can cut this with the sprue already attached and not have to use any glue. I don't know if that would help. It seems like it stopped right at the glue. Like the glue slowed it down enough for it to freeze. Yeah, I mean, people call it aluminum bronze, I guess. I don't know. But this is like 10% aluminum and 90% copper. So I think what I'll probably do is cut the foamy with the sprue already attached, so I won't need any glue at all. And then or use a bigger sprue or something. I'm not sure. I got to think about it. A bit of soup can. But here's my little. let's throw it on the wire wheel and see what it looks like. But like for aluminum, I mean, it works awesome. Here's my little collection. But like you can see, I just been cutting them as they are. I could just cut them with a sprue attached, and then not need glue at all. We'll give her a little brush on with the wire wheel here. My vice, yeah. She's a big boy. I found this on Marketplace for $50, and it was rusted, seized up. I managed to get it apart and cleaned up, and I got it on a big elm stump that my buddy cut down. I just carved the stump with the chainsaw to get it on there. It's one of the Ray. It's made in Canada. Ray. It's a Ray 106. I kind of got a little bit of a fetish for vices. So I got a few more over there. A few more on the shelf that I don't use, but there it is. Let's see if I lost any. I started with I took the weight before we started. 781 grams. Stupid thing. It's so hard to. You see that? $711. 711. Must be some in the crucible still. Yeah, my vices. Kinda. But yeah, that's too bad. Anyway, I think I'll regroup and try and come up with another plan. I think maybe like I say, cut one with the screw attached, and So there's no glue. Furnace is maxed out. It was like liquid and or I can attach a yeah, shit. I think just no sprue or no glue. Try it again. Like it worked perfect right down to the glue. Like you could see where I like shaved the foam. And then I put a little bit of glue, which made it a little narrower. And you can see that little squeeze is where there was probably no glue because I just put glue around the edge of the sprue when I attach it. So I really feel like no glue is going to be a lot better and worth a shot. So maybe I'll get one set up and we'll try again here in a couple days if you guys are interested. But it's still a pretty good chunk of copper. It's kind of funny. Worth a shot, yeah. Well, I'm going to call it, guys. Thanks for coming in. Unless you want to see something else. Actually, I was kind of fooling around with some ideas. Let me get my computer open here. See what you think of this. Maybe you guys can email me some sketches of designs that you'd like to see or something. Let me get you turned around. I was working on this here for a slingshot, a little Punisher. It'd be kind of neat. Let me get a mouse. All right. That'd be kind of neat, I think. I'm just not a slingshot guy. I don't know how much room I need to have up here. Originally, I had like the U shape, but it didn't look as good. So I tried to make the skull head, but a scorpion one. Yeah. But yeah, anyway. We'll try again in a couple days. Punisher belt buckle, yeah. Up to 100 millimeters. 90 millimeters from fork tip to fork tip. Up to 100. How about the... But like, what about the depth here? Do you need a big hole here for... Because you're shooting over the top. I assume you don't really need much room inside here. Cool. Yeah, I mean, my gut feeling is telling me the glue, because I noticed that too with aluminum, is it'll start to settle in and then it'll stop, and it's like it got to get through the glue, and once it gets through the glue, it'll start to flow again pretty quick. So I feel like getting rid of that glue joint is going to make a big difference. So that's the next step, I guess. Try that. Hey, Tom, I'm just wrapping up here anyway, dude. My spoiler alert, it didn't work, but learn a bit. I think maybe, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming, guys. I'm gonna get ready. I gotta pick up my kids from school here in a bit, and then I might get some more molds ready to go. We'll try again. Maybe Thursday. What's today anyway? I might try again here at the end of the week or something. But thanks for everybody coming in. Appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll see most of you guys around. A lot of live streamers and stuff in here. So I try and get by to see everybody when I can, for sure. But thanks, guys. Appreciate it.